யோகேஸ்வரிஜி உங்க வாய்ஸ் கேட்கல.
மியூட் போட்டு வச்சிருக்கேன். இப்ப கேக்குறதா?
கேக்குறது.
குட். சோ ஆங்கிள் சரியா இல்லையோ? ஒரு நாளைக்கு ஒரு இடத்துல இருக்க, என்ன பண்றது? அதே நம்ம கிளாஸ் ஆரம்பிச்ச அப்புறமா ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணலாம். திஸ் இஸ் பெட்டர்.
நான் கிளாஸ் ஆரம்பிச்சதுன்னு நினைச்சிட்டேன்.
அது ஆரம்பிச்சுட்டு பட் ஆரம்பிக்கல. ஓகே.
என்னோட வீடியோ ஆன் பண்ண முடியல, சாரி.
ஆட்டம் நோ ப்ராப்ளம். ரைட், குட். We are good now? Yes. Right. Awesome. சரி. Push your hip up. Relax the 6 points: eyes, mouth, shoulders and hands, abdominal muscles, the toes in your feet. Inside the back of the neck. Allowing a natural, effortless awareness of the rhythm of the breathing. Once your awareness settles in the natural rhythm of the breathing, have a receptive listening attitude. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om. As the breath goes out, exhale completely. At the end of exhalation, feel the abdominal contraction. The urge to inhale arising in the background. Then relax your abdominal control. Allow the breath to come in and prolong your inhalation until the expansion reaches your middle of the chest. The sense of expansion reaches the middle of the chest, a little more than what the body would inhale naturally, and gradually let go, allowing the breath to come out, and keep the steady push on the breath until the breathing out is complete. At the end of exhale, when the lungs are empty, the abdominal muscles are contracted, you keep the breath outside. Become aware of the urge to inhale awakening in the background. Relax your abdominal control, allow the breath to come in. And as the breath comes in, prolong the inhalation until the sense of expansion reaches your chest. Sustain that expanded state with the extra inhale, the inhaling force. Sustain the breath inside, that would be retention. and gradually let go till you breathe out completely. Again, keep the contraction. Continue to breathe like this. Full inhale, full exhale, deeper inhale. So the breathing will be complete full exhale. You feel the contraction of the abdomen, letting go and allowing the breath to come in freely without restriction. Deep inhale without restriction. Deep inhale, but gradual, controlled, and gently restricted exhale. Complete exhale, holding the breath outside for just a couple of seconds to feel the inhaling urge in the background, and then starting the inhaling by letting go, allowing the natural inhalation and prolonging the natural inhalation until the sense of expansion reaches the chest, the deep inhale. Then gradual, controlled, complete exhale, hold unrestricted, natural inhale and deeper inhale, hold, gradual, let go, and controlled, complete exhale, hold. Keep breathing like this. While you are breathing like this, keep the eyes, mouth, shoulders, and hands relaxed, the toes relaxed. The back of the neck relaxed. As you relax the body in the main points, while you are doing this is the only thing you have to do. Keep on sustaining this breath while relaxing in the background, the main points of the body. You will see that your background attention starts, your intention becomes very, very sharp behind the breath. Your awareness of the control of the breathing, the rhythm of the breathing, the kind of control you have over the rhythm of the breathing becomes sharper and sharper. The quality of your attention changes. You have to just stick to this process, relaxing the main points while sustaining this controlled breathing with just a little bit of retention at the end of exhale, a little bit of retention at the end of inhale. The knack is to keep your control on the breathing while you are relaxing the main points of the body. Both go on simultaneously. As you sustain the controlled conscious breathing with a gentle retention, both after exhale and after inhale, you also ensure the background is relaxed, the main points are relaxed. If you feel sleepy, just get up and take a small walk around your room and come back. கை வந்து ஸ்ட்ரெயிட்டா இருக்கக்கூடாது. Your arms should not be straight. The elbows should be gently, slightly bent. Shoulders relaxed. Keep sustaining that breath. Just a little more. When you keep maintaining that enhanced breathing with controlled exhale and a little bit of retention, you will see that the breathing process comes more and more under your control. The urge to breathe more in the body, the urge to breathe, that is, there will be no urge in the body to inhale faster, or so basically the rush behind the breath will come down. That is the indicator. When you do for a few times, say 2 minutes or 3 minutes, when we breathe like this, the ability to focus while being effortless becomes better, and the rush behind the breath comes down. Once you experience these two, you can take a deep inhale, hold for a couple of seconds, and just let go, relax. And see how the quality of mind changes. When you finish this breathing, when you relax, at that moment, after finishing this controlled conscious breathing and staying quiet, you have a certain quality of attention. You have a certain quality of your background. You have a certain quality of your sense of self. Basically, you have a certain quality of your mind, your consciousness, the way you are, the way you feel, this moment. There are things in your mind, the way you are engaging with them is different. And as you just sit quietly, you see how the quality of your, the way of being, the way you are, how it keeps changing. As the breathing becomes more and more natural, when you are not controlling the breathing and the rhythm of the breathing, when you just leave it as it is, when you leave the mind as it is, when you're just sitting quiet, keeping the 6 points relaxed, observe how the body feels, how you are. Don't have any specific target for observation. Just observe your sense of self. Just you being here, just observe yourself. Just see how you are. Just the way you feel. In probably 2 to 3 minutes, the way you are would have changed a lot. And again, start controlling the breath, like how I said, how we did before. Exhaling completely. At the end of exhalation, the retention of the breath outside with the contraction of the abdomen and becoming aware of the inhaling urge. And then relaxing the abdomen, allowing the inhale, prolonging the inhale to a deep inhale until the middle of the chest. Maybe a little bit more, slightly up to the upper chest. Retaining the breath inside with the expansion, couple of seconds, and gradually letting go, complete exhale. Slowly controlling the breathing like this, like how we did, while relaxing the 6 points. And as you start doing this, the way you are starts changing. It's like as though a cloud is dispersing. You'll see the background the different things in your mind, how you are being affected by the different things in your mind, in your awareness, different things around you, the objects of your field of attention, the way you are affected by them keeps changing. Just notice the changes in the way you are while this controlled breathing is going on. Continue this controlled breathing for a few minutes, and at the end of inhale, gradually let go, relax, stay without doing anything with the breathing, and observe that, that state of attention, the quality of being that you have. Just an overall self-awareness, and stay quiet. Stay in an attitude of self-observation. An attitude of self-observation throughout. With the breath control, without the breath control. Again with the breath control, then without the breath control. The attitude of self-observation is the one constant commitment throughout the meditation, interspersed with breath control. Whoever is still maintaining the breathing control, gently let go of it after the inhale and retention, and come to an attitude of self-observation for a couple of minutes. Then gently rub your palms and place the palm over your eyes and stare into the darkness. Have an attitude of self-observation as you stare into the darkness. Stay in the attitude of self-observation while you are staring into the darkness. The shifting is of the importance is given to how you feel while you are staring at the darkness. And then gently remove your hand and see how your feeling changes. Gently open your eyes. Again, self-observation. As your eyes are open, you are aware of the space around you through your vision this time. It's still continuing to give more importance to the way you feel, the way you are, the way you are being affected by this extra variable of the vision of things around. You are not actively seeing anything around you, but there is awareness, visual awareness of the things around you, and that affects your background. You notice that. Then try that once more. Close the eyes, see how the feeling changes. Then place your palms over your eyes, the darkness, how your sense of self. Remove the palm. While you stay with that sense of self, see if you can stay with that after you remove the palm. And gently allow the eyes to open. How the sense of self is different now, how the way you feel is different. Or probably you are not aware of yourself anymore. You are only aware of yourself reacting to the awareness of the new objects that have come in your attention. Feel the tendency to visually focus on something. But don't focus, don't actively seek to look at anything. Become aware of your tendency to, when an object around you takes your attention, you can practice this in a supermarket. When you go to a supermarket or somewhere or anywhere else, or if you have an Android TV in home, the visual keeps on changing. That is, you put it in a screensaver or in your laptop, you put a screensaver, it keeps on changing the visual. But you are not doing anything, you are not changing the visual. Just keep looking at it. When the visual changes, the way it impacts your background changes. You can become aware of that. And then the moment your attention is in a new field of vision, there is a tendency to choose an object. Your vision goes and rests on an object. You don't try that. Your attention gets dragged into an object, one more than others. So the way the object invokes your attention, way different objects invoke your attention. When there are a variety of things around you right now, some things invoke more attention. For example, if there is a danger, let us say one lizard or a cockroach is running, immediately it invokes a very strong attention. So that is a natural thing, we need that. We need that for survival. There's nothing wrong. I'm just asking you to become aware of that. Or if there is something very pleasant you like, when you rest your mind on, let's say, a small statue of Ganesha in front of you, it's very pleasing, it's very calming, and it's very expansive. It's nice. Or on a tulsi plant, it's very nice. Or some little piece of trash which you forgot to take, which is on the floor somewhere. It's not so nice. The different things take your attention, invoke your attention differently, and because you are affected differently. So we become aware of this, how the visual objects call for our attention. When you are looking at one thing, there is a tendency to look at something else around it. If you just open your eyes and you look in the front, there are different things. There is this laptop or this phone, whatever you have in front of you, my vision. When you are looking at me, then there is this switchboard behind me. Now that I told you about that, you look at me, but then your mind goes to the switchboard. I didn't tell you to look at my hand, but the attention goes to my hand, right? So this kind of how an object pulls your attention, the tendency to look, become aware of the tendency to look at different things in the background, the visual tendency, the tendency for visual attention, how it keeps moving. You can just meditate on that. You can just stay with that, with your intention to observe that. You are not actively focusing on something. You are not actively trying to avoid any object, but you are aware of that tendency to look and shift your attention, visual attention, the tendency to shift your visual attention while you are looking at something. When you are not looking at anything specific, there is a tendency to visually focus on something. And just open your eyes and you are not specifically looking at anything. There is a tendency to visually focus on something around you. You watch that. This is a little subtler than watching the breathing, the rhythm of the breathing. The senses are subtler than the breath. The mind is subtler than the senses. There's one discussion in the Upanishad, goes like that. So basically, we are training to make our awareness subtler and subtler. The way we decide to pay attention, on what we decide to pay attention, the choice of being able to pay attention, we are trying to exercise the choice on a subtler and subtler level. So this is one effect of meditation. This is one of the goals, and also the process. This is also the process, also the goal. So learning to exercise your choice of attention in a subtler and subtler level. That's what we do with mantra. That's what we do with the practice that we did now. That is what we do. So while we are trying to do this, it is better to have a subtler state of mind. How to awaken that subtler state of mind, that is how to awaken your awareness, your attention on a subtler level, and that's what we did with the breathing. When you inhale a little more, hold, exhale gradually, completely, hold. You are aware of the urge to breathe in the background. Then you allow the inhalation, prolong your inhalation, hold, feel the control, gradually let go of the control. Like that, when you do this enhanced breathing with retention, just a little bit retention, not too much, enhance breathing with retention, and the quality of the background changes, your attention changes. And when you do that for a long time, we did only for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. When you do this controlled deep breathing with controlled exhalation, see, as you keep doing it, first thing what will happen is when your oxygen level is good inside, the natural urge to breathe gets suspended. How do you know? After you exhale completely, and when you let go of your abdomen to allow the inhalation, there will be no rush in the inhalation. Or natural rush, when you start your breathing technique, there is a natural rush to inhale more. After, while you are when you are letting go, there is a natural rush in the body to inhale. That will not be there. We learned that in the first classes itself. When you inhale, the breath comes in, the abdomen is released. Because of the vacuum, the breath comes in, and after that, there is no urge to inhale more. Especially in the end, towards the end. After you do for some time, there is no urge to inhale more. But because we want to maintain that pranayama, we are inhaling consciously with effort, we are inhaling more. And letting go of the breath gradually and completely, controlled exhalation. So when that happens, you can also do a controlled inhalation. At the end of exhale, the abdominal contraction, you don't have to let go of the abdominal contraction fully. You can let go of the contraction gradually to allow a gradual inhale to come inside. So that way you will control the breathing cycle from the beginning of inhalation till the end of exhalation and the retention. And inhale, retain, gradually exhale, retain. The entire cycle is under your conscious control. Absolute conscious control continuously maintained over the breathing cycle while keeping the 6 points relaxed. When you may keep on maintaining that, you can do this controlled breathing for half an hour continuously. There's nothing wrong. You can do that. You sit in Siddhasana or any straight posture and keep doing this. And see how the background, observe the background, the mind, your attention. Probably it will start converging. Something will wake up, something in your mind, in your attention, your sense of self will become brighter inside. That's what the Yoga Sutra calls as the removal of the covering of the light. In Yoga Sutra, it comes removal of the covering of the light. Tatakshiyate prakasha avaranam. By that, the covering of the light is removed. It says as a result of pranayama. So you will experience that. You will experience a certain sense of brightness. Especially when you feel sleepy, how there is a sense of dullness and going into dark. This will be the opposite. You will feel brighter and something more and more waking up. You are waking up in a deeper and deeper level inside. It's like how when we sleep and we wake up, you feel you have woken up here in the surface level, right? You are aware of yourself in the eyes, in the surface level, and then you open your eyes, you are aware of everything around you. Similarly, in meditation, as we close to the outside world and we start this pranayama and sustain the pranayama, as the prana urges, as the natural urges, as the demand on the prana from the body, the demand on the prana from the body reduces. The body is still, you are engaging a deep breathing, there is enough oxygen, so there is no demand from the body for breathing. So the breathing cortex in the brain is silencing down and the prana is not vibrating too much. And then what happens? It wakes up. So the consciousness inside the prana wakes up. That's what makes you feel like you are becoming awake. You are waking up inside. In the deeper and deeper layers, you keep waking up. That feeling comes. This is what they call as Kundalini and all that. It comes in a more deeper level. But anyway, so this inner waking up, like how your outer waking up, we all know. Similarly, when we close and sit and do the pranayama, and as the retention and control over the breath becomes better and better, and you are able to have a very deep, slow, controlled breathing from the beginning till the end, and you are able to sustain that way of the breathing without any rush on the breath, without any natural rush on the breath, you are able to sustain that breathing. The waking up happens inside more and more. In a deeper and deeper layers, we start waking up. You can experience that. And then you just gently you leave the control over the breath and stay with the level of awakening that you have experienced, and see how it changes as the natural breath starts taking over. The pranayama, letting go of the pranayama, and the natural urge to breathe takes over the body, and it goes on. And as it goes on, you will see how that background waking up comes down, comes down, comes down. And then how the cloud, the level of mental cloud is different now. It's not so bad like before, but still how the thoughts and the mental cloud starts. Right. It's just 2 minutes feedback. Now, what I am telling you, are able to relate with that? Are you able to relate with what I'm saying? Did you experience the change? Did you experience the change in your background, in your quality of attention, your sense of self-awareness, with breath control, without breath control? You are able to see the difference? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Now, setting aside all the other meditation techniques, I would like you to, whenever you have free time, whenever you have 10 minutes, I don't have anything to do this conscious breathing with control. Experience the change in attention, leave the breath, natural breath, and how the attention changes. Try to experience this again and again and again. Whenever you have gaps, you keep doing that. So what happens is meditation becomes like a, learning, trying out the different aspects of meditation that we are learning in this class. It becomes like it becomes like your a hobby. Every when how we are checking, then usually we check our social media, WhatsApp, and all that. How a teenager is very busy checking the Instagram every now and then, right? And then so what is the update and all that, or like how a stock market person is constantly checking at all those graphs and the numbers on some. There are these channels for these business channels. How we keep checking at, probably there is a website that shows you how this stock is performing, that stock is performing, all the time on that, stockbroker. So like that, you become a peace broker. So you are you are constantly checking, you are constantly working with your attention, you are creating different scenarios and see how the mind behaves. That's why that self-understanding improves over a period of time, and then you become a natural meditator. So in every situation of life makes you meditate more. So is it some fancy new way of being? No, it helps you to gain more and more freedom in everyday situations in life. The more we are able to access our faculty of choice on a subtler and subtler level, the moment your awareness develops in a subtler level, automatically our ability to exercise our choice in that level starts becoming better. So as our ability to exercise choice wakes up in a subtler and subtler level, see, it's an ability, it wakes up. That ability wakes up on a subtler and subtler level. As it wakes up on a subtler and subtler level, the more functional freedom you will experience in life. The life will get you less. So life is basically, it's just random nonsense. That's what it is, whether you like it or not. As we go further in studying Vedanta, that's what you will understand. But it's just a little hard to hear, and there is nobody has any plan for you. It's just your own samskaras, your own desires, and our ignorance or whatever. So that keeps dragging us here and there, and that's what is life. There's nothing more to life than this. But it's hard to swallow. But as you self-observe, you will understand this more, and this randomness in life becomes less. As the randomness in life becomes less, you will be able to pursue your purushartha, your goals, much better. So that is the whole point of doing this. It's not chuma, you are having like this, you have these psychedelic addicts, they're taking different kinds of psilocybin, this and that, and they're getting some funny experience. That's not the point of meditation. We are not doing all these techniques to have some altered states of consciousness. Altered states of consciousness will come, who cares? But that is secondary. That is not what we are after. But in this ability to manipulate our consciousness through the breath, through the attention, through selective attention, etc., we awaken our ability of choice on a subtler and subtler level, which empowers us to pursue our goals in a more integral fashion with lesser conflict. So that is the idea. So just try out what we did today. Like this, different mental circus is there. Vijnana Bhairava Tantra or book, one book is there, like 120 meditations is there. So I can go on and on. You know? So next class we will try. We tried today the visual choice of learning to become aware of how your visual attention drags you, takes you away. You know how things take away or your tendency for visual attention, and how the tendency of visual attention takes you away. Right? That's what we learned. We kind of worked with today. The next progression to this we will see in the next class. It's a technique from Goraksa Samhita. It's called Purva Taraka Yoga, Apara Taraka Yoga. That's what they say in Goraksa Samhita. It's a very nice meditation. We will try that in the next class. But until then, keep practicing this mental circus and just let me know how you feel. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vadashyate Om Shanti 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 Om Tat Sat. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. Have a meditative weekend.